I'm really happy. I'm also very thankful because it is a brand new episode of the Pepper Pack podcast. And with me, as always, it's that goofy guy that I call my co host, the Dr. Pepper teacher, Mr. Zach Bowman. Zach,
What's up, Josh?
I,
Uh,
I,
I'm thankful too because I'm thirsty.
I'm thirsty too, but tonight's very special.
You gotta do this talking to me, man. I want to drink a Dr. Pepper.
Well, see, I've got this cup here, right? That's conveniently filled with vanilla ice cream. And of course, as always, I've got a can of Dr. Pepper Fantastic Chocolate. And
So if we want to play that, I can play that.
I swear, if you bring out a Dr. Pepper vanilla float, I'm finding a new co-host, and I may just have to ask your wife to be on the show as my new co-host. I
also have ice cream. I have the fantastic chocolate.
Oh, okay.
I have the dark berry.
Now you're just showing off.
I have the birthday cake.
Now you're showing off.
I have the cherry vanilla. And just because you asked for it, my last can of vanilla float. Which I'm not going to open tonight because, honestly, when you add it to vanilla ice cream, it doesn't taste any different. So I'm not going to waste it on that.
Okay, that's fair. Now, the one thing I do want to make note of before we start this episode, this is a special one because it is also a sponsored episode. Sherry Goldberg, thank you so much. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you, Sherry. She hooked us up with some cool stuff when we went down to Waco.
Yeah,
I got cups and different things.
Yep, some of which I actually even have displayed upstairs. So I am super excited. So again, a huge shout out and thank you to Sharon Goldberg for sponsoring this episode of the Pepper Pack podcast. And as everyone knows, if you want to sponsor an episode of the podcast, super easy to do. I'll run that information along the bottom of the show.
I need you to stop talking because I'm thirsty.
Oh, you're thirsty. I am too. So, let's at least start it off right. So 3. Wait, no. 1, 2, 23.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yum. Now I'm pouring this into my ice cream.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna do some history.
Yes, it is important. We've got history ready, set, go.
So, Dr. Pepper history with me, the Dr. Pepper teacher, Zach Bowman. We're doing a flavor spotlight because we've been working through all the different flavors of Dr. Pepper, and this is one of my favorites. And this flavor is actually still around. You can order it on the drpepper.com website, which I just found out about. And I'm like, how have I not known this? So it is the cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. Cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper came out on October 15th, 2004. Seems like a long time ago. And I just we don't see it very often here in Kansas. And by very often, I mean never. So Dr. Pepper, please fix that. But here's some pictures of what it looks like, and it tastes exactly like the Dr. Pepper cherry, but an equal flavor shot of vanilla. So it's pretty good.
Ooh.
And we always like our cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper, but Josh, it's my one time. Vanilla float is my thing. That's my flavor, and I gotta have that. Now I did give a cryptic post on Twitter the other day. I was just like, Dr. Pepper, please tell me it's not true. And Richard and several other people were like, what are you talking about, Zach? What's going on? Well, my vanilla float contact notified me that they were having a meeting with some of the higher up vendors and distributors of Dr. Pepper down in the Southeast. I don't even want to say it. And they're officially discontinuing vanilla float. Even in the South and the Southeast regions.
That's unfortunate.
It breaks my heart. But you know what makes me feel better?
A fantastic chocolate vanilla float.
Well, no, I was gonna say sharing Dr. Pepper with friends, and
yes, that is the wonderful thing about Dr. Pepper. Is it is the best drink to share with friends.
it is.
I just wish I could be there.
I wish you could too. Get a flight, run real fast. But we have a very special guest tonight because by having a very special guest, we have no one joining us online.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're not joining us online. They're here in person with me.
Who do we have?
Who do we have?
I totally make that sound like it was The Price is Right.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on the Dr. Pepper podcast. I have my fellow Wichita 316 area code ambassador, Andrea. Come on down. She's joined by her husband.
Hello.
He's always hanging out with us.
Hello.
He's my Wichita Wing soccer friend. My dog is in his seat, but we'll make that work out. So we got lots of fun stories, Josh, but I'm going to let you ask questions because I'll interrupt you. But yes, they all have Dr. Pepper, and we're ready to drink as much as you.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Glad that you could be here. Wish I could actually be there.
Thank you for having us.
Well, our special talents organizer, he does all the work. I just sit here and look pretty.
We got to get him a raise.
How could we do that when they just discontinued what we were going to pay you with?
Too soon.
I have no shame. So tell me a little bit, how did you come to become potatoes? How did you come to be a Dr. Pepper fanatic?
Okay, so, well, I've always liked Dr. Pepper, and I've always had, drank Dr. Pepper. I actually grew up behind a Quit Trip, and I would sneak over there to get Dr. Pepper all the time.
They have the best mixture for Dr. Pepper. It is
Quit
the
Trip
best.
I don't know. I'd say Sonic, actually. Yeah,
I have to go with Quick Trip, and only because if I say anything to the contrary, my wife will divorce me.
I thought you go with Flavorlicious or whatever that place is up there.
No, Quick Trip will trump anything.
Yeah,
but that's neither here nor there.
So that was started as a young kid, and it wasn't actually until the year before my 40th birthday that I went on this adventure that I was going to just give up Dr. Pepper. I know this sounds weird. I was going to give up Dr. Pepper for a year to lose weight. Well, what happened was that was the year I became obsessed with Dr. Pepper.
Dedicated.
I started collecting Dr. Pepper stuff at that point because the plan was that if I could make it a year, which I didn't make it a week.
Yes.
That I was going to have a Dr. Pepper 40th birthday. And I did. And we decorated all Dr. Pepper. It was all Dr. Pepper themed. And that's when I started collecting Dr. Pepper stuff. And that's when I started really understanding the history of Dr. Pepper and not just being a fan of drinking it, but really that's when I became obsessed. And that's now been 3.5 years. So, and I started a Facebook page called the Dr. Pepper Saga. And that was my journey of trying to not drink Dr. Pepper. And it was kind of like a breakup. So if
it's almost like an online diary, right?
Yeah, it's like
went through the process.
Yeah, it's an online diary. And it's like there's one post where I say, I seen you today. You were with all your friends. You were looking pretty good. And then I said I had to grab tea and get out of here. And that was me going to the Quit Trip. And I could, at the time, the Quit Trip had tea and Dr. Pepper, the soda fountains together. Now they separate. They separate them. And I think they did that because of my anxiety and about having to see Dr. Pepper while getting iced tea.
Yeah.
So I think they had to separate the two. But anyhow, so it's just a silly post of me trying to not drink Dr. Pepper while drinking Dr. Pepper.
So. Okay.
her Dr. Pepper page, the Dr. Pepper saga, is actually how we met.
Yeah.
I believe she was doing some sort of giveaway.
Yes.
Or something. I don't know if it's the mask or something else. Because I know
it was a shirt. It was a shirt that said, "Have you ever stopped to think that maybe Dr. Pepper's addicted to me?"
I almost wore that one. It's upstairs in my closet. I should go get it. But so she was doing a giveaway, and I don't remember if I liked it or she just saw all my posts and she's like, "Hey, I want to give you this shirt," and I was like, "Awesome." So she said, "Send me your address." So I sent her my address, and she's like, "Shut up." I was like, "Is this really your address?" I was like, "Yeah." We literally live like less than a mile away from each other.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. You just like go over and knock on his door. Don't even tell him.
I told my husband, I said, "Do you think it would be weird if I just ran over there?"
Showed up at his...
And he's like, don't be that weird person. Don't do it. And I'm like, I'm not. I'll mail it. I'll just mail it. But I so badly wanted to just go knock on his door.
I love how the choice of words. Don't be that weird person, and you're sending it to the Dr. Pepper teacher, Zach Bowman.
Yeah.
I am that weird person.
Well, and I refer to Zach as my Dr. Pepper teacher friend. He's my Dr. Pepper teacher friend. Mm-hmm. So whenever I am talking about him or referring to something that he has posted, that's how I refer to him. My Dr. Pepper teacher friend.
To my wife, it's just Zach and I will be talking, and she'll be like, "Who was that?" I'm like, "Just Zach." She'll go, "Oh, Dr. Pepper." Okay.
There's a lot of the younger students at my school that I haven't taught yet. They just call me Mr. Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, "That's Dr. Pepper teacher to you." And so I'm hoping I get
Yes.
So now, correct me if I'm wrong. My brain just went blank. You're in the Pepper Pack or not? I don't.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
So I had been trying to get into the Pepper Pack, and I had applied several times, and I hadn't heard anything. And of course, I post all the different stuff. Well, Zach had informed me that they were having the Fanville in Oklahoma, and I think he told me like the night before. It wasn't even 24 hours before it happened.
Yeah.
And I called my boss and I said, "Hey, I'm not going to be at work. I got to go." And so my husband and I, we went down there, and we were like the first people there. And then Zach shows up, and then we just start talking, and then he introduced me to several different people there. Mm-hmm. And
I was like, "We got to get her in the Pepper Pack."
Okay. Now I'm remembering. I've met so many at this point.
You probably saw my post in our Dr. Pepper group before she was added. I was like, "Hey, we need to get her in this."
Yeah.
Everything that an ambassador should be doing. She's sharing Dr. Pepper, giving away Dr. Pepper. She got the shirt, the web, all the social media stuff. I was like, "This is what an ambassador is supposed to be. You have to get the Pepper Pack." And they're like, "We're not accepting people right now." I was like, "Unacceptable."
I say no.
Yeah. Well, I still post regardless. It had I not been granted access to being on the Pepper Pack, I would still be posting crazy Dr. Pepper stuff, just because that's who I am. I have 2 conversation pieces when I'm at a party, and it's Dr. Pepper or spreadsheets. I don't really have a lot.
And this actually brings up a great transition, because this is the Pepper Pack sign that I received when I was at the thing, and I have any ambassador that I've met in person. I like them to sign it, so you can see. I took this down to Waco. I have Jason Hammond on here, the random dude. That's Josh, Rodrigo, Danny, Joel, Richard, Nick. So I got a bunch of different signatures. So I'm going to ask you to please sign this as well, and we will add that to the wall.
Oh, so memorable. Now I have, while she's doing that, I have a question for the spouses. I'm going to put the 2 of you on the spot. I want to know from you, what is it like living with a Dr. Pepper fanatic? I will let either one decide who says anything first. Anything that's said can and will not be used against you from here moving forward, regardless of what Zach may say?
Well, I guess I'll start, and it requires an awful lot of patience. But I mean, because of that, she gives me leeway to have my own little quirks as well. So
Yeah.
it's all fun and games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shelby?
Fair enough.
I would have to say it's expensive.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I mean, you had to buy a whole new house just for his own room.
This is true.
I'm going to interrupt there. This just happened to have a room for me. The whole in the house was, yeah.
This is true.
And this is a nice setup in here.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thank
It is my setup.
Yeah, it's expensive,
We can
but
watch soccer games down here anytime you guys want. Come over and drink a Dr. Pepper.
Nice.
Get the Wichita Wings stream on there.
Frustrated because of how much it breaks out.
Yep.
This is true.
So a lot of patience, very expensive. Yeah, it about adds up, right?
Well, where's your spouse? Let's get her in on this since we're playing this game.
I have not spent nearly as much money as the two of you.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it's okay. No, so Josh, we didn't start with our usual question. Whenever
Well, I know the entire format of the show has been kind of thrown off with
that's all right.
the uniqueness, and I'm okay with that.
So one of the questions we always ask first, after we figure out how you found out about the Dr. Pepper pack, what your application process and that kind of stuff was, is what is your favorite type of Dr. Pepper? Not your favorite way to consume a Dr. Pepper. Do you prefer the can, the glass bottle, cup of ice, fountain drink, IV, jelly bean? Which I do have some jelly beans if you need the Dr. Pepper jelly beans.
Baked beans.
Well, okay, so I'm not picky about my Dr. Pepper. I will drink it in any form or fashion. But like I'll even drink a 3-day-old Dr. Pepper that's set in the car if I have to.
Ooh.
So
That is some dedication.
I told you she belongs in
I'm
the pack.
telling you, if I'm desperate for a Dr. Pepper, I'm desperate for a Dr. Pepper. But I'd have to say my favorite Dr. Pepper would probably be I've done the different flavors at Sonic,
Mhm.
and I actually like mango Dr. Pepper.
Interesting.
I like that.
Shelby's over here going, let's go to Sonic.
Mango Dr. Pepper. So I've had where they'll put not at Sonic, but at a restaurant here in Utah, where they'll put peach and vanilla in with the Dr. Pepper, called the Southern Gent.
Oh,
So good. So
well,
good.
Sonic has all the different flavors. So I was doing this challenge to myself that every day I would get a different flavor, and the mango was my favorite. And I even got my grandma at the time; she was 97 years old. I got her to drink it, and she thought it was pretty good too. So,
Well, I guess I know what I'm going to have to go do.
Yep.
Yep.
I
Definitely
don't-
going to have to try that.
No, like I love the extra vanilla.
Uh-huh.
Whenever I go to Sonic, that's my get the extra shots of vanilla
Uh-huh.
because I love the vanilla float. But
Just try a mango. Just get a small one if you have to.
maybe and I'm still kind of boycotting it because the last time I went, I got the Route 44 vanilla Dr. Pepper, and I literally took 3 sips. Granted, my sips are a little more extreme than other people because it's Dr. Pepper, but literally 3 sips, and it was empty, 98% ice, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That's why you ask for light ice anywhere you go.
I did.
Oh,
And-
so instead of 99, they give you 98?
Yeah, and I was like, mm-mm. They're lucky it was happy hour. Otherwise, I would have been real mad because it was not a happy hour for me.
Because let me guess, that was your one that you're permitted.
Yeah.
a day.
So
So how many days left of that that expectation?
Too many. So if you guys haven't heard my challenge, so when I first joined the Pepper Pack and I applied for it, they said they were looking for 23 of their biggest fans.
Okay.
And they said, if we want you posting on social media often, and if you're not, we'll check to see if you still want to be a part of this or if we can maybe get someone else your spot. So I was like, I don't want to lose my spot if I ever get in.
Right.
And when I finally got accepted, I was so excited. I got accepted at the end of 2017, September 11, 2017. So 2018, I did a hashtag Dr. Pepper counter 2018. But I took a picture of every Dr. Pepper I drank that year. And even by the end of the year, like my wife we were at a restaurant, she's like, "Are you gonna take another picture of that? It's the same cup you take a picture of." I was like, the picture.
I can tell her look. She's just like,
Yeah. And so I was like, even I got tired of taking the same photo again. So I was like, I gotta do something different. I finished with 1,038. So the next year I took a picture of every item in my collection. And that's why I did the Mr. Bowman's Dr. Pepper Emporium. And I posted one item a day. And then in 2020, I was doing 23 on the 23rd, where I go to Dylan's, buy a 24 pack, give out 23 of them, and then have the last one for myself. Well, then COVID hit, and it kind of put a stop on that, and that's kind of what spurred on this podcast idea. We started this in May of 2020.
yeah.
And so then this year, I was like, well, what can I do? So January 1st, when we did our diet episode, I said, I'm going to do a challenge to myself that I'm going to do one serving a day, with the exception of when we record episodes, my birthday, and the Dr. Pepper day, I can drink as much as I want.
Okay.
And so I said, what's a serving? Like if I go to a restaurant and I fill up my drink, half of that, not even half a can because it's usually ice. So what constitutes? So we say if I'm doing a refill, something like that, then it's probably up to 1 liter would be my limit. And I was like, okay, that's decent. So yes, I'm ready for this year to be over, so I can just drink Dr. Pepper whenever I want.
So does it start at the beginning of the year then?
For me, yeah.
Okay. So that's your challenge.
I did not put a limit on myself. My own body puts a limit on myself. Because I'm getting old and stuff.
Okay.
It's awkward.
Yeah. I probably should have a limit because I drink way too much Dr. Pepper and not enough water. But
There's water in Dr. Pepper.
right.
I knew it was coming. I knew it. I knew Zach was going to say that. Okay, so big question. I'm glad you're sitting down. How many cans or bottles or a mixture of both of Dr. Pepper have you drank in one day? What's your record? Your personal record? Zach, go first.
27. My church did a 40-day fast. My dad told me, I would tell you to fast Dr. Pepper, but I know you can't do it. And I hate when people tell me I can't do something because they truly believe that I can't. So I did. Cold turkey stop, 40 days, no Dr. Pepper. First day back after the fast, I was working at Dylan's up in Hutch, running the video photo lab. Knocked out 3 cans on my shift there. A friend came by and said, hey, we're playing Pong. Grab a 24-pack, bring it over. I don't drink, so I took a 24-pack of Dr. Pepper over, drank the entire thing. Went home, went to bed. People asked me how I slept that night. I said on my side. That's kind of personal, but really want to know. Yep, so 27 is my personal record.
Okay, 27. Can you beat that?
No. I mean,
okay, good.
Yeah.
I had someone tell me the other day, they asked that, and I posted online, oh, those are rookie numbers. I'm like, please, don't play these games with me.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe 6. I'm thinking Jason might disagree with me, but I think I would probably just stop counting after 6. So regardless, it's 6.
I think the most I've done was 8, but that was every hour during the downfall of working from home is I have access to all those Dr. Peppers that I don't have to pay for each time I go get one.
Yes.
So it's on every hour. It's ooh, I'm out. The worst part is when it was I drink one, and then 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I'm out. I need another one. Oh, it's only been 10 minutes.
So Josh and I play video games together too, and he'll tell you a couple years ago we were playing, you would hear like every 10, 15 minutes, crack open a can, open it. I was just down them because when I get in my zone, I'm just not even thinking about it. I'm like, oh, it's empty already. And
Well, Dr. Pepper is my motivation to clean the house. So when, like on the weekends, if I'm doing a deep clean, I have to have Dr. Pepper right there with me every step of the way, and I can go through Dr. Pepper on one of those days.
It's funny how Dr. Pepper can do that. That it motivates you.
Mm-hmm. It's my motivation.
I mean, it's a good motivation to have.
Mm-hmm. It's also my medicine too. I tend to be a little dramatic, and one day at work,
I like Jason's. Oh.
just a little, and I one day at work I was having indigestion, heartburn, and I had had some Tums, but that was beside the point. And I had a Dr. Pepper, and I felt so much better after having the Dr. Pepper. And so I'm convinced that Dr. Pepper is medicine. It calms my nerves. It helps with heartburn. It gives me motivation. So
I actually take my heartburn med and chase it with Dr. Pepper, so I get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure if my doctor ever saw this, I'd probably get a call from him and be like, "Really? The bottle clearly says take it with water."
Well, my primary physician is Dr. Pepper.
It's true. And as our sponsor for this episode said, it's good for the soul, which I wholeheartedly believe that is a true fact. So since you've been into Pepper Pack, what have been some of your highlights, your top moments? You were not required in any way, shape, or form to say being on the Pepper Pack podcast.
Well,
but it is much appreciated.
This is actually probably one of the, because shortly after I became Pepper Pack, that's COVID hit. So there wasn't anything that has
there's been no
events.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be my highlight, I guess. And I did get one of the boxes of the
welcome pack.
Yeah. And I got also the cream soda.
The test kit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did not get the latest one, the last pack that they sent out. Yes, I didn't get that, but I was in the process of moving, and I had a hard time getting my address updated.
Yeah, well, don't feel bad. I haven't moved, and I didn't get the zero.
I was supposed to get the zero thing, and that was right when COVID and everything was affecting stuff, and so I know there are a lot of issues with things getting sent out from Dr. Pepper, and they were overwhelmed. But yeah, I was supposed to get that, never did. Hopefully one day it will show up and it'll be like $100 in it as well. Say, hey, you know what? We like you. Here's some money.
I mean, that would help cover the overhead costs of the podcast.
I know, right? And you can sponsor an episode too.
So you bring up it's kind of a good segue into my next question then. Because you had mentioned that because of everything locking down, there hasn't really been any big events and stuff like that. If Dr. Pepper came to you and said, we would like you to help in putting on an event for the Pepper Pack,
I'd be like,
what would you do?
I say, like, when, where, let's go. Let's do this.
That's what would you want the event to be?
Like you're the project manager for this, the event coordinator. What would you want to do?
I don't know. I mean, because of my envisions is just fountains of Dr. Pepper everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Turn the fountain downtown Wichita into Dr. Pepper.
I like that idea.
Yeah. It would be a sticky mess, but hey.
The sacrifices we make.
Yeah, I'm not sure the city would agree with it, but
we don't agree with half the stuff the city does anyway, so it's okay. We'll call it a flush.
Yeah. But in terms of like,
Yeah.
like I love the Fanville. That was so much fun because it was like it was they turned that little gas station into something that
Yeah, the fried pie shop.
yeah. That I love that.
And that's what I'm saying. That this little fried pie shop that's right over here by me, or that's a franchise of the
Right.
Arbuckle one. So I'm
Right.
like, Dr. Pepper, let's do something. There's a huge parking lot there. They
But
can do
how
fried pies.
But what I loved about that place was the opportunity to take pictures.
Yeah.
With because they had all of the cases filled with Dr. Pepper and all the Dr. Pepper stuff.
Actually, you may not have known this, but I talked to them. They built all that display the night before, and it was just they had a mirror with a bunch of lined ones. But we could build get a shipping crate and build a display or something.
Have a mobile
like a museum.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a traveling Dr. Pepper Fansville RV type thing.
So like a Fansville food truck kind of thing.
Ooh, I like this.
Oh, well, if the food truck had served part of the ingredients in any of the food had to be Dr. Pepper, like Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper flavored barbecue.
Yes, and yes.
Jason, you're like,
yeah. Jason's like he could go for that.
Now I do have.
I said barbecue.
Their parents do a lot of barbecue and smokes and stuff, and we've been talking about doing some recipes. And the plan, Josh, is he's going to make stuff, record it, and then give me the video clips later, and we can share that, and then we'll sample it. So again, I'll have to figure out how to get you here, or figure out how to get it to you very fast so you can have some.
But we're trying to be there for fresh. I mean,
fresh
barbecue is the best.
Yeah, because we're talking about doing some ribs and some pulled pork and different stuff like that.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Oh,
Really
I'm full, but I hear that and I'm hungry now.
Yeah. Well, I make Dr. Pepper ham every year for Thanksgiving, and everybody loves it. Basically, the ingredients, this is all I do. I'm not a cook, by the way. Is I put a ham into a crock pot, pour half a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper in there, and a can of the cherry pie filling. Just dump it on top, close it up.
Interesting.
And it's good. It's good. Simple, easy peasy. You don't have to add. That's it. Just ham, Dr. Pepper, and cherry pie filling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah. So, Josh, one thing as well, Andrea missed out on the birthday cake, Dr. Pepper. And and one can I'm going to be sending to my friend in Japan. He requested this because he couldn't get a hold of it. And after he sent me all those bottles and everything, I was like, it's the least I could do is hook him up with a can. I told him it is expired, but he said he doesn't care. He wants to have it. So I'm going to crack this open and sample it first in my cup to make sure it's not toxic at this point. It still tastes good. I'm going to allow her to have the rest of this and take it.
We're going full screen in case he goes, oh.
I appreciate the spotlight.
I'm here for comedic value. That's all I'm here for.
Well, it has some nice bubbles when I cracked it open, so that's a good sign.
It has some fizz to it. Yep, it sounds good.
Oh yeah, you got that vanilla icing smell to it still.
Oh yeah, have Andrea take a whiff from the can.
It does smell like cake.
It's like a liquid cupcake.
The flavor is not the same as what I originally remember, but it still has that icing.
Is it because you had
flavor.
A regular Dr. Pepper prior?
No, this originally.
Do you clear your palate first?
This stuff, when you got it fresh, was so potent that it was like literally Dr. Pepper and vanilla icing mixed together in liquid form. Yeah. So I still get that a little bit, but it's not as strong, which is almost kind of.
So is the potency like not as like in your face drop kick with the cupcake in your mouth?
Why don't they make this as a regular flavor?
Yeah, so this was a special thing they only made for the Pepper Pack ambassadors.
Uh-huh.
They were in the Pepper Pack. What was that in 2018, Josh?
Yeah. So in 2018, that's when for our birthdays, they had done that. Okay, Jason, I want to know what your thoughts are on that.
There were
It
6
wasn't
of them
bad.
inside.
Wasn't bad?
He's
Poppers.
lying to you because he hates Dr. Pepper.
Yet he's been drinking one this whole show.
He's being a good sport.
Okay, so
let me rephrase. He's been babysitting the Dr. Pepper.
Nice.
And this is one of the first things I got after my welcome back. I was like, this is awesome.
Nice. So he goes along with my crazy because he loves me. That's what I'm convinced.
Isn't that what all of our spouses do?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what makes you guys good spouses.
That's what it is.
Yes.
All right.
I go along with his crazy too.
Now you got to sample that.
Okay.
Now Shelby's done a great job of getting us the get back on the camera. She's got us some cups with some ice cream in it. So we're gonna do our little chocolate, the fantastic chocolate.
Okay.
Make sure it doesn't explode everywhere. Tapping.
Okay.
So I have cups here for you guys if you want to.
So what is that you got for? Is that just cups?
Over there in that box.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Here we can set the birthday cake back here. Yes. So Dr. Pepper originally, when they started doing the fantastic chocolate, said, "Hey, ambassadors, go post on your social media, and we'll pick a couple of people to send you some."
Mm-hmm.
So they sent me some. Now they also have a Dr. Pepper rewards thing. If you haven't heard about it.
Yes.
So when you redeem like a 12-pack, you get 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
24-pack, you get 20 points, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you get 100 points, you can redeem it for another pack of 2. So that's how I got that second pack there.
Yes, and so
that's how I have 3 of them because they had sent me one being a member of the Pepper Pack. I redeemed the first one, the first 100 points, and then they opened it back up. Or they got, I don't know if it was another shipment or whatnot, but I was able to order another supply of the fantastic chocolate.
Yeah. I'm working on my points. I'm not very good about putting going on there with my receipt. Yeah.
Yeah. It
staying on top of that.
It ends up becoming a habit. Like what I do as soon as I get in the car, before I even turn the car on, I take a picture of the receipt and I upload it right then and there.
Okay, I need to just do
it's that. Just a good habit to have to rack up points.
I take a picture of it. I don't always upload it right there because I use my computer, so I'll email it to myself. But that way I'll have it and I can go do it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, being able to upload it from the phone is easy.
Are the Dr. Pepper chocolate with ice cream?
Oh my gosh, this is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
This
Best
is
ever.
Yeah.
And for everyone watching, if you want your own fantastic chocolate, just head over to my.drpepper.com.
Say it again?
my.drpepper.com.
Okay.
So it is seriously the easiest way to be able to get the fantastic chocolate. And it's so good.
Yes.
I mean, so good that my family is now upset that I just consumed a whole can of it.
Without sacrifices need to be made, Josh.
Wait, what?
I said sacrifices need to be made.
Exactly. Okay. The things I must do for the sake of the podcast. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts as far as the fantastic chocolate? You know, describe to people who haven't had the opportunity to experience it yet.
Well, so the initial smell of it is very much like chocolate. You smell it and it's, I don't know, if you're a chocolate lover, it's heaven. You can just smell it, the heaven rising up out of it. And then mixed with ice cream, it actually tastes like chocolate ice cream. That's how I think it tastes.
Yeah, and we're using just regular vanilla. Josh likes to use the chocolate. Was it cookie dough or the?
So I've done it with cookie dough. Tonight I actually did. It was with the homemade vanilla.
Mm.
So that's what I had used.
Mhm. So it turned a vanilla ice cream into chocolate ice cream to me. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
But it's still good.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a special treat to
Yes.
be able to um,
Yeah.
just enjoy it for what it is. It's one of those drinks. I think I drank it the first time. Like I drank about half the can the very first time, but the rest I was like, nope, this has to go in ice cream.
Well, and that's like when we first were talking about this, and we knew we were getting it. I mentioned, I bet this is going to taste amazing in ice cream.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to make sure we get some ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I see that. Trailer you threw up down there, Josh, giving a shout out to Andrea's Dr. Pepper Saga website. So if you guys get a chance, you should go follow that.
Yeah, make sure to go follow the Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes sense. So Andrea, now that you've been collecting some Dr. Pepper memorabilia words, what are your top 3 favorite items out of all of them?
Let me think about this. So I was really excited that I actually found a fellow Dr. Pepper fan. He was having a yard sale and he was getting rid of some of the things that were duplicate. And I'm trying to see.
Was this recently?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me?
Hoarding it to herself.
Shelby smiled over there. She's like, thank you for not telling me.
It was
I drive.
Okay. Next time I'll tell you. But he let me actually tour his shop. And what I'm sad about is that he had all his Dr. Pepper in a corner in this garage and it wasn't displayed anywhere. And so I was a little sad about that. But it ended up being it's kind of like your mirror there, but it has the lion on it.
Ooh, yes, I know what you're talking
about.
So I have the reflective Dr. Pepper King of Beverages clock. You remember on my wall, I had the 10-2-4, the 3 clocks, Josh? So it's the one with the lady kind of doing this thing.
Oh, yeah.
You like that pose?
Mm-hmm. And I don't have any pictures here, but I turned my office at my house into a Dr. Pepper den. And
are they on the Dr. Pepper Saga page?
Yes.
Josh can actually pull them up for us.
Whoop. Yes. Okay. So you see that? You see the picture there?
In the middle of the wall.
This one?
Yeah. That was my find. I love that. And then I'm trying to see what else was on there. Oh, the Dr. Pepper lunchbox that is on my desk. It's in the corner back there, kind of in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So my mom actually got that years and years ago, long before I started collecting Dr. Pepper stuff. And when I told her that I was doing a Dr. Pepper 40th birthday party, she said she had the perfect thing that she had kept for years and didn't know why she even kept it. Mm. And so I love that. And some of the other things that I have, you can see the pillows in my room. Do you see the pillows on there?
Yeah, I like that.
That was actually the backdrop to my 40th birthday party. We did when people go to walk the red carpets, they always stop and take pictures in front of the sign. I wanted that same type of thing, but with Dr. Pepper. So that was the material that was used there. And I had that made into pillows and masks and
that's cool.
All kinds of other things later on. But yeah, and I'm starting, you can see my little collection so far of signs, but eventually I want both of those walls to be covered in signs.
Let me tell you, it's expensive. I love the laugh. Yeah. Now your daughter does art stuff, right? And she created some cool pumpkins and things that.
Yes, and I don't know if those are on there.
Let me look. I'll go go through
Yeah.
it real quick. So
But she also painted a mural in our bathroom at our old house of the Dr. Pepper, and I loved it. I loved it, and I did not want to paint over it, but we were put the house up for sale, and we had to.
It hurts you when you're thinking.
But
Jason's like, yes.
she
No,
doesn't
he
want to talk about it, Zach. I mean,
yeah, he was in on the painting of that wall. But I'm gonna get her to come back over and paint the office mural on one of the walls in the office. So
This time she'll be able to take her time a little bit more because that one she did. In, I think it was a single day.
yeah,
Well, Andrea was at work.
yeah,
that's
I think it was-
impressive.
on my birthday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then she also, like the pumpkins that we talked about, were really cool. Yeah, there's that one.
Yes, she painted that.
That's really cool. I like how she was able to do that while maintaining like the shape of the pumpkin, so it's still legible and readable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, she is. She was an art major at McPherson College. So
Oh well, that would make sense.
yeah.
So we need to do some more. Get Dr. Pepper to do some more design day. Pick your pepper stuff, and that could be Andrea's campaign that she could lead and get your daughter out here and bring a bunch of pepper pack ambassadors and teach us how to
Actually,
make our own cans and stuff.
I've seen somewhere where they were doing an online painting class.
Oh yeah, we shared about that.
Yeah.
So another one of our ambassadors was doing wanted to do that for her birthday. I don't think we had enough people signed up for it.
Yeah, not enough people had signed up, but
My daughter actually teaches at Paint the Town here in Wichita, and so she teaches people how to paint different things. And I had thought about having her do a painting class, and we invite a bunch of people to it, and it'll be Dr. Pepper themed.
We could do that on one of our diet episodes. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. And I still have the list of all the materials needed.
Well, and she color matches. She color matched the wall to make sure it matched perfect to Dr. Pepper's colors. So.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what, Zach? I think we will have to do that. We'll work with Andrea, and for one of our diet episodes, we will do that. I think that would be an absolute blast.
Yeah.
So, and then anybody can join in. All you have to do is just make sure you have the stuff with you at home.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a little difficult to paint if you don't have the paint or the canvas.
Yeah.
Or the brushes.
You show up and I'll be that guy.
Anything is a canvas, right? I mean, you can take, obviously, she painted that pumpkin. So
it's true. Yeah, I guess Shelby could paint on Zach's face.
I could. The beard would get in the way.
Yeah, don't shave the beard. He'd look funny.
I actually.
He'd look like he's 12.
She doesn't want me to shave the beard because that's usually what I do on Halloween. Is I always clean shave on Halloween as my costume.
Yeah, I put a stop to that.
I look like a time traveler because I tell my kids I look like I'm 12.
Uh-huh.
And then I do No Shave November properly because I hate when people have like these full beards and they're like, I'm doing No Shave November.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, no, that's No Shave June, July, August, September, October, November. That doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Shelby thinks I'm going to scare my daughter because my daughter's never seen me without a beard.
Well, and it scares me.
I'm being it. My beard goes that fast. Give me a little cool.
So the one time I did the No Shave November.
Are you gonna pull out that picture?
Do you want me to?
I mean, it's a fun picture.
Oh boy! All right, hold please. Yeah. My step kids, they avoided me. Oh my gosh, I'll go with this one because it day 0, 1, and 2 it looks like a mugshot, and it's bad. It's bad.
Oh, I already see it.
Oh my.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
You know what? And this is why I don't show that much.
No,
I think that's the cue to start wrapping this up.
no. Well, this
Now
has
I
been
want
fun.
to just go cry in a corner.
That's all right. Take your chocolate Dr. Pepper with you, though.
Wait, what?
I said take your chocolate Dr. Pepper with you. That way your family doesn't take
Oh,
it.
this one's all gone.
Okay.
It still smells great, even though the can is empty. It smells like a Tootsie Roll.
Mhm.
It's wonderful, but awesome. Well, Andrea, Jason, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and of course, Shelby, we appreciate you making a cameo appearance and getting the legendary eye roll, because that's like the highlight of the show for me. Just because I've seen it in person and I know how epic it is. So
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we definitely appreciate it. And for everyone watching, we definitely appreciate you joining us for this episode. After the show, make sure to head over to Facebook and check out the Dr. Pepper saga. Make sure to give it a big old thumbs up and check out everything that Andrea's been doing. It's a lot of fun. So definitely go check that out. And as always, if you also want to sponsor an episode like Sharon did for this, head over to our YouTube channel. That's the only place that will have the breakdown of how to sponsor an episode of the podcast, and we definitely appreciate it. And Zach,
Josh,
I'm
is it
gonna
my time?
hand it over to you. Yep, it is
All right.
your time to do your thing, man.
Well, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Pepper Pack Podcast, where we talk about Dr. Pepper on a podcast. This was fun. I enjoyed this live interview. My other Wichita Pepper Pack people, Danny, Sammy, Sam, Nimra. I know you're all Zach, Adam Pratt. We've already talked to you. You can still come over and hang out. We got a setup. Let's come on over. Drink Dr. Pepper with us. But everyone else, until we drink again next time.